Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I was sending out all the notifications. Hello. Yes. Hello. So, basically what we're going to be doing for this stream is we're going to be modeling some new puzzle items that we came up with for levels 1 and or no, levels 2 and 3. So we revamped them to actually be puzzly, and I'm really excited for how they turned out. But in order for them to actually work, we need a few more models, actually, right? So we're gonna start with the living room, which is puzzle free. So the big thing that we realized that we want to do with it is we want to use this bad boy more, and in order to do that, we're going to essentially be making these boxes be a key part of figuring out what photos go in this, right? You know? So I need to model these boxes to kind of go with the themes of each of them, right? So let me pull up my reference for the documentation of this. Hang on, chat. Pulling up the documentation reference. Alright, so for this box here, I think what I just need to do is I need to change this color to match more of what the cloth of the table does for level 2. And I think that kind of fits. We're gonna turn down the metallic, right? Have it just be like that, right? And then the other cool thing is I'm gonna add in plain here, and this is going to be a menu from the restaurant. So, oh, and guys, I've been getting so much better at 3D modeling. Um, I say this simply because I recently had an assignment in 3D modeling class, um, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know I could do that, you know? And I think I'm gonna post it on my, depending if I am able to get what I want to do done with it. I might post that on my second channel, Catline Animations. Um, but yeah. Alright, so now here's the fun part. So we're gonna do that. Alright, so we're gonna focus good on this. And then we're gonna take the origin point, we're gonna put it here so that then we're gonna deselect it. Oh, oops. There we go. Alright, so now we're gonna deselect it. And we're going to add text. Where's the text? There it is. So then, oh, that's not tab. There's tab. Alright, and then what is a fancy Italian restaurant name? What's a fancy Italian restaurant name, chat? I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good fancy Italian restaurant name. Maybe like Lozano's. That sounds goodish, but I also get the vibe like it sounds like it could either be an Italian restaurant or some like random like medication that I've never heard of. So that's the only reason I'm kind of like I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, but I like where your head's at. I like where your head's at. Oh wait, we could do the most basic one. Red or let me change the material on here. So then we can actually see it. There we go. Back into here. Okay. Eh. Oh, that's why. Okay. Okay. Because it was behind there. Okay. That'll that'll do it. I was thinking of like the Regiones or like you know what I mean? Like something like that maybe, or like, oh, here's a basic one. Like think it what's I'm trying to think of a restaurant that like my family used to go to back like way back in the day. But I'm trying to think of like a cheesy Italian. Oh, wait. I know what I'm gonna do it. So, for context, chat, um, there is like up like in like the northern part of America, there is like uh northern East Coast. There's like a set of restaurants there that like are do these amazing pizzas, right? And one of the awesome places is called Grottos. Okay, Grottos. And so I'm gonna take that name, and we're gonna do it kind of like uh, let's see here. I'm trying to not rip it off as much. Let's see here. Grottos. Hmm. Reggio. Reggio? Reggio's? I don't know. I don't know. I'm dyslexic. I don't know how to pronounce things. Jet, how do you think you pronounce this? How do you think you pronounce that? I don't know how I would pronounce it. I attempted. That's my attempt. Something like that, right? Yeah, that's not bad. Reggie. Regil. Drizzo. Regizzo. I think it's Regito. Regito. Yeah, there we go. Regito. Regizo. Regito. I think uh Regito. Regito. Does that sound Italian? Red I, maybe the Reggio. I don't know. Does that sound Italian, chat? I feel like it kind of does. Right? Right. That's Italian ish. Right. Right. I think we kind of got it. Right. Maybe. Alright, so let's see here. Where is the font? There we go. And do we not have its second font? I want to choose a new font. I'm going to switch you guys off for a second. Just, oh, oops. There we go. Just because I don't know what the font's gonna do. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can't have you looking at all my files, chat. Sadly, I can't have you guys looking at my files. I know. You wanna see all my files and eat them. You wanna eat all my files, but I can't have you eating my files. I'm sorry. I kind of need them, so you guys can't eat them. All right, I think I found a good one here. All right, come back, chat. Come back from the void. Uh, I think this one's not bad. We might need to make the thickness a little bit bigger. It's not bad. It's just really thin. So I'm worried that it may not be able to be legible. You know what I mean? Where'd it go? No, please. No. Why must you do this? It's not a bad font. I think the thing is just like it's just looks really thin, and I'm worried that that'll cause it to where the player will not be able to read it. All right, let me look at some other fonts real quick, chat. Back to Void. Just give me a second. All right, I'm gonna find some good fonts. Let's see here. I'm gonna find one that you can actually read. Because you can't read it, then kind of defeats the point of the font. Whoa, that's a crazy font. Hang on. Let's see here. I'm looking for one that's giving fancy, but like legible fancy. You know? You know what I mean? We're going for, wow, that's really fancy and exquisite, but I can still read it. Okay. Okay, that should be good. Let's try this one. Oh, okay, hang on, chat. I think I found it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I think we got it. Yeah, I think that's the one. Heck yeah. All right, awesome. So this is what we're going for with this. So now we can put, let me move this guy up a little bit. Come on. Then we gotta move you down a little bit just so then you fit properly on the page. Fit proper on the page. Come on now. Oh. Alright. Oh. also, chat, don't worry. I am currently working on the subscriber special because we did hit 50. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we did hit 50 subscribers, which is really awesome. But that also means I gotta get to work on doing that special. So I'm gonna be working on that, and trying to make sure that I get that done, for us to mostly for you guys to be able to enjoy some more content. But yeah, I'm working on that. The funny thing is that I died multiple times in a row, and it was rough. It was rough. Uh, but hopefully, I'm able to kind of get back on the horse. I should be able to. Shouldn't be too bad. I just went into this thinking I was gonna thinking I was going to do a little bit better than I initially thought. Hang on, chat. Are you gonna have a death counter? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a death counter and a counter for how many times I say chat during it when there's no chat present. Um, the amount of times that I've been like, "All right, chat, I think we're gonna." Okay, chat, look at this, and like it's so funny because it's like, girl, there's no chat. Girl, you're just recording. Um, so yeah, yeah. We're gonna have two counters: death counter and chat counter. Cause I just think it'd be funny. But for recording like more stuff for it tonight, what I'm mainly gonna be doing is just I'm just gonna be doing off camera mining, but it's gonna be on camera. So essentially, what is gonna happen is I'm going to be working on getting materials so that then we can properly uh, get to the nether and all that fun stuff. Actually, why didn't I just, hold up. I could just, oh wait, let me remove the material. And then, yeah, there we go. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do some like quote unquote off camera mining because I'm gonna record it all and then I'm going to just go over and like make it super fast so then you guys don't have to watch me go through that entire like the entire section of like just mining and like trying to get materials like food and all that for us to properly be able to get through it, right? I've never set up a counter for it though. Um, I don't know. I just think it's funny the amount of times I've done it. Um, yeah, I think it's just like a thing of like when you're playing, you feel like you want to address the people watching, but you don't know fully like how to address them in a way, because like saying chat is such a reliable thing because it's like, oh, well, like that's my audience, right? But when you're not streaming, it's really hard to think of like what you call your audience because it's like, well, they're not technically the chat right now. There's something else. So it's like I don't know like what you call them for that. It just makes it a little bit more. What the heck? Did I misspell menu? I did. I did misspell menu. Wow. Well, if you remember from about 2 months ago, some of us agreed on being called the Pride. Yeah, but that just sounds like the Saja Boys. It sounds like the Saja Boys, guys. If you guys you know what? I should make a poll. I should make a poll and see if you guys really want to be called the Pride or if you want something else. Because the Pride, it just sounds like the Saja Boys, and it makes me I'm like, no, no, guys, we're not the bad guys. We're not the bad guys. You know? Um, maybe we can make it good. Maybe we can change the connotation of the Pride. You know? Maybe that's what I won't be calling you that in the 50 subscriber video because that's already being recorded, and it'd be weird to suddenly cut in with something new to call you guys in the middle of it. But for future things, I'll make a poll. Man, my roommates they're being loud. They're loud. They're not picking up on the mic, right? You think it goes with the lion? Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. This is true. This is true. You know what? You know what? Yeah, yeah. Just in case, I'll make a poll and we'll vote on it with democracy. As you do. Um, our selection you for tonight. That's not how you spell that. Night only. We want to put that in the middle. So where's the uh, center that mother trucker? But I can't really properly estimate that uh when the 50 subscriber special is going to be out because it really just depends on how fast I can beat the end. And I've never beaten the game at all. And so, that's kind of the thing. I'm just like, I don't know how long it's going to take me to actually beat this, you know? Um so hopefully I can do it decently fast for content. Um but who knows? We'll find out. We'll find out together. And then spacing. Because it's also making like weird like uh, character spacing, line spacing. Let's do 0.5. There we go. Beat the game in 14 minutes. Get on the leaderboard. I'd have to restart. I have to restart if I do that. Because I think the added difficulty is that I'm using a world that I has already been started on. Because at least like when you're doing like the other way with speed running and all that, if you don't like the seed, you can just get a new one. But for this, I can't do that. I can't get I can't just get a new seed. Um, so that sucks. I don't have the date yet. We don't know the date yet for it. But yeah, so that's that. And then we're gonna do some fun stuff over here. Uh, uh, so we're gonna take this, we're gonna add base color, and we do parchment. Where are you? Where are you, parchment? Parchment paper looking thing. Where are you? Where are you? I know you're here. Where are you? There you go. I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Then we dial this just a little bit, and hmm, that looks fancy. That looks pretty fancy, I think, you know? I think that looks pretty fancy. Um, yeah. So let me actually go back to here because I think I know a way to make it look even fancier, chat. And you're gonna be like, what? Even fancier? There's no way. There's no way. Let me do this, and then we're gonna remove this, and I'm going to copy that. We're gonna pull this out, and we're going to smush. Oh, not like that. I want smush. Keep smushing. Keep smushing. Keep smushing. There we go. And we can add the original texture back, and then we're gonna add this on here, and then oh, come on. I think we're gonna move this bad boy, or I don't know. We might need more of these. All right, and then what we want to do is we want to do like that, and then we can move it up a little bit more. And I think we're gonna just also squish it to where it's very thin to kind of go with the style. Mm. That's not bad. Alright, I'm gonna move menu, or this is gonna go down a little bit, I think. Right? Oh, where'd you go? Yeah. And then we can do that. And then it always amazes me how you guys don't hear my roommates, because I can hear them so clearly from like my door, and so it just amazes me that you guys aren't hearing them. Because I'm like, yep, I can hear them fairly clearly, and I'm like always like, oh, I don't know, maybe today's the day that we don't get lucky and they get heard from by the world. see here. I want to. There we go. I think that's better. And then push back. No. What the heck? Alright. That's good. That's good. Alright, so now, oh, the hard part of this one is that it's still not. Pull you down a little bit. Okay, nice. So now we're gonna take this guy and we're gonna put red. Why are you? Heh. Put you up a little bit. Oops. Now we want that one. Alright. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright. I believe that is good for the one box. And then what I'm gonna do actually, can I think what I'm gonna get I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all these guys. I've never done this before, so I might get it wrong. But let's see. Let's see if I can do this. Hang on. Let me back into my iPad so I can see you. Let me back in, please. Okay. I'm gonna make a new collection. What? That did not do what I thought it was gonna do. Dang. Okay. New collection. And then so all of these. So starting from here to here. We're gonna put it in this second collection. We're gonna name this collection Restaurant. That's not how you spell restaurant? I don't know how you spell restaurant. Actually, better yet, we can just name it Regilos. And then this bad boy, we also put it in Regilos. Alright, so now, you ready for this one? So now they're all grouped together in one thing, which is pretty cool. So now, what we can do is we can get rid of that, right? So now, we can work on the next one without having to duplicate this box, right? Alright, so for this one, the big thing is we need library books. So we need to make books. And we already have made books quite a bit when it came to some other stuff. So we're going to skip that one just because I'd have to go and like find like some other stuff when it comes to that. Alright, so the really the difficult one is it's gonna be, well, we can leave that open because I think I'm gonna need to make the rest of these outside of the box because we're gonna fill the box up with the like books mostly for some of these, and we have plenty of books. We have plenty of books already made, right? So Instead, what I need to make is I need to make a lease document and keys. So that's exciting. Let's see here. What would be a good key, starting key shape? Why not? Oop. Alright, so let's go ahead and add you a face here. And then Alright, and then we're gonna what are we gonna do? Such a good question. Alright, this is just a basic key that you'll see that opens houses. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna need more cuts actually. Alright, and then I'm gonna need to take this and go across here. Yep. Yep. I think actually I need to go lower. Yeah. So like right about here, I think? Yeah. Yeah. That should be good. So then when it comes to this, yeah. Yeah. That's looking like a key. Yeah, that's kind of like a key. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do to make it a little bit better is I'm gonna take all of these bad boys and we're gonna stretch them going this way. I'm gonna select this bad boy. And then I guess we're gonna cut some more stuff out with a knife. So we're gonna go here, boom, here, boom, and here, boom. What? Huh? Alright. That's a pretty good base shape for that. I like that quite a lot. Alright. So now here's the interesting part. So now I'm gonna go around here. That's not how I want that to be. We're just gonna go around to the outer sides. There we go. And then we're going to extrude region. Hello? Heh? Heh? Alright, we don't need it super tall. We just need it like around there. Alright. And alright. Now it's time to make sure this is lined up properly. Alright. That looks pretty good. So now we do this. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. here, to 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 here. And we're going to make sure the other side is also selected, because we need them this time. And boom, boom. Oh, hello. What the heck? Oh, great. Come on. There we go. Awesome sauce. Alright, so now, if I did this right, I could have not, you know. But I want to make it a little bit thinner when you go towards the, key part, because that's what you see in real life, you know. Yeah. But it's a very simple little key. And we're just gonna go over here to this middle part right here. And I'll make a very simple hole. Nothing too crazy. I wish I had the idea of this hole before, because now it's going to be really rough to cut out on both sides. But we got this, chat. We got this. Also, I don't think my voice sounds rough, but if it does, I am getting a little bit sick, so that would be the reason. If you're wondering why are you streaming while sick, why not? Why not? You know? Why not? Where's the law that says I can't? Blah, 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 blah. Actually, wait, I can just select the face here. And then, can I select the face down there? Section. So then if I go to edit mode now, or no, object mode, there we go. Look at that. Freaking brilliant. Only problem is that there's a slight gap in there. Nothing we can't handle. Oh no, it's getting you too? Yeah, so there's a sickness that's been going around our school, and my professor had it, and one of my professors had it, and now another group mate of mine had it. I don't think my rough sleep schedule helps with it. So yeah, I think I might be getting a little bit toast over here, chat. But it's okay. It's okay. Your streamer's here. Your streamer's still here. No, but I don't feel like too really bad actually. It's more so I'm just really abnormally hot. So yeah. And the funny part is that literally last night we were having like people over, and one of my friends was like, you're really warm. And I'm like, yeah, I run hot. And then, she's like, no, I mean like fever warm. And I'm like, I don't feel sick. And then today, after like, a few minutes into work, I was like, oh, I think I'm sick. Right? So yeah. So I might be getting sick. I don't think I'm super bad right now. But yeah, so that sucks. This isn't a bad hole, right? That's a pretty good hole. Yeah, that's not bad. Alright. Here's the fun part. We're doing Cylinder Plus. Cylinder Plus is coming out to play. I love Cylinder Plus. Listen, it can be so useful. It's great. Cylinder Plus, 10 out of 10 object. Alright, and I'm gonna flip this to be. There we go. And into edit mode we go. Oh, there we go. Need you coming over here. And we're gonna subdivide you. Wee. Wee. What is Cylinder Plus? So it's what I like to call the Bezier curve in Blender, because when you add thickness to it, it looks like a cylinder, but it moves a lot better than a cylinder. So that's what Cylinder Plus is. That's what I call Cylinder Plus. Wait, let me try the shortcut. Nope, nope. I don't know why I thought that was gonna work. Anyways, it was given the name last week. Yeah, accurate. Yeah. Here we go. Ah. Um, we also use some Bezier that for belts. It's very nice for curve shapes. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm using it for right now. Is I want to make a string attach to these keys, and so I'm using the Bezier curve to make that string have that kind of stringy look to it. So very useful tool. Very glad Blender has this. Definitely helps to have this in your toolbox. There we go. That's good enough. I think I'm gonna have the thing be over here, so that should be good. Alrighty. And then we're gonna pop out of edit mode and we're gonna add a plane. Uh, there we go. Now, you may have noticed this key is quite large. into comparison of like a lot of things around here, right? So we're gonna need to shrink this eventually, so it actually can properly fit what what it's going to be fitting, or fit in what it's going to be fitting in. All right. I honestly. Oh, you can use the vertices snap for matching those 2 points. The magnet and the top bar. Yo, hey yo, hey yo, we got someone who knows how to model. Hey yo, let's go. All right, let's see. Let's go back into edit mode and then magnet. Let's see here. Eh. Why is it not letting me move them now? Eh. Is that what? Is it? Did the magnet do it? Was that the magnet? Snapping. Center. By vertices. Closest. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. I guess that works. Alright, so then we need to kind of just move them around, I guess. Because it's definitely snapping. It's just with the Bezier curve, because of the way that where the actual okay, you know what, we tried it. You gotta set it to vertex. We set it to vertex, but I think it's just because Bezier is a little bit weirder. uh you can just drag the white circle and it'll snap. What do you think I'm doing? It's not doing it. I'm dragging it. Hang on. Come on. Am I crazy? More on the axis? Which axis? There's like a bunch of different axes. Like which axis? Which axis we talking here, bud? Because I saw it try and snap for a second earlier. Then it gave up. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, okay. No, use the white circles. Do you? Do you? I don't think you know how a Bezier curve works. You can't just use the circle part. You only have control over the vertices. That's why it's able to do this. You don't have control over the circle. Unless I'm crazy. Uh think it snapped. I think we got it. I think we got it, chat. I think we got it. Nice. That looks pretty good. Nice work. Nice work, team. But no, for like the Bezier curve, you can't really like grab the circle end. It's just the vertex that you move around for the most part. Anyways, yeah. Alright, we're gonna go into edit mode and we're gonna get our knife out again. Because we need to cut a hole so that then this curve can go in. Sorry, kind of hard to explain, but I mean like the white circle widget, like instead of dragging the access widget. Uh, you know what? You're in class with me. Please just find me in like studio, like next time we have it in person, because I feel like this is an in-person explanation kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's what it's giving. It's giving I need to explain to you this in person. And I'm so down for that. Shoot. There we go. Delete. Alright, and I want to make this circle a little bit, itty bit bigger. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so then it clearly looks like it's attached to it. Okay, so now we can take all of this and then oh, hello. Why'd you do that? There we go. So now it's a lot more than normal size for a key. I might make it a little bit. No, I think that's more accurate. Lore accurate key right there, or more just like real life accurate key, which works very well for us. All right. Now let me. Do I have any metal things here? Well, that's more. That's more green. Yeah, I don't think we have any metal. Alright, and we're gonna use this cool thing that I found. Because I'm learning more about shaders and all that fun stuff. 0.3, I think. Edge tint. Ooh. Let's darken that a little bit. Let's make this a little bit brighter. Look at that. been helping my teammates learn Blender via Discord screenshots. If you like sometime, yeah, sure. I mean, I've been mostly talking with Austin about it. He's been really good. It's been really good talking with him about it. Like talking to him and like learning stuff from him. Because he's really cool. He's really cool and good at Blender. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna reuse that. I think we're gonna do instead like I think this will show more the personality. So we're gonna do that. And oh, I don't know what I just did. I don't know what that was. I don't know what I added. Alright, well, anyways. Text. And yoink that bad boy. Come here. Alright, and we're gonna rotate you. Actually, no, we don't want you up. We want you not that way either. Oh my gosh. There we go. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and actually we want Sarah for this color. There we go. And we're going to change the color to black. That's not black. Black. And we need the font to change. So you guys are going in the void while I look through some files real quick. Alright, let's see here. Let's see. What is a good handwriting thing? Good handwriting. Let's see here. Hmm. Yeah, let's do this one. It's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. That looks good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So you can. Oh wait. I gotta switch you back. All right. Yeah, but this looks good. This looks good. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. All right. So now, chat. Here's the other thing, right? So we have another person that needs this key. So here's what we're gonna do. Move that material and come on. There we go. And remove that. And we're gonna add this onto there. Oh no. There we go. And to be... I'm going to kind of stylize this a little bit, make it a little bit... Yeah, I like that. Alright. So now we can kind of go back and forth between the two. Let me turn on Sarah's real quick so we can get the color back onto that. Okay. Okay, there we go. So now we have a key for our girlies. Alright, and then the next big thing I need to make is I need to do a... What's it called? I need to make a lease. I don't really know how to do that. I'm not gonna lie, Chep. But I also don't think it's super stylized. I think we can just like take a image of Elise on the internet and then put it onto just a plane in Unity. So I don't think I need to do that. But you know what I do need to do is I need to add something to the front of our box here, right? I need to add the moving company to the front of our box. How else will they know? You know, what company is moving these two? You know? U-Haul. U-Haul. Let me know if you guys get it. Yeah, it's U-Haul. But only one U? Yeah. Yeah. The reason we did that was mostly just because of copyright. You know, we didn't want to have to worry about a company. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? We didn't want to have to worry about a company you know, seeing us use their name and them not like it. So we were like, well, we can just do this, and they'll never know. So, yeah. Little off-brand logo. Because there's only one player? Wow, wow. You looked into that deep in a direction I did not think you were going to. That's crazy. That was not the intended purpose. But hey, I mean that's pretty cool. I like where your head's at. I like where your head's at. Classic legal discretion, literally. Literally. Alright. I like planes. Let's do a plane. I think it's this one. Yep. Alright, and we're just gonna make this a little bit wider and go into edit mode, and then we're first going to actually we need to select all of it. And then, oh, come on. Bruh. I'm a DM, I'm dealing with emotional damage as part of the job. Dang. Dang. That's so real, though. That's so real. Actually, better yet, I could just do some loop cuts in some good creative places. Yeah. 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 Oh, come on. Alright, and then section. Hop out of this. Delete that. Hop back into this. And then yep, that's good. Alright, and then we're gonna move it down slightly so it's centered. And we're gonna make it a little bit wide. Squish it a bit. Yeah, I think that works. And we're gonna do the same thing over here. Make sure it's lining up. Awesome. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now we have U-Haul. Or I should say U-Haul. Alrighties. Let me check what else I really need to do. Because I think for the most part, photos are pretty simple. Oh yeah. So chat, because I need to make photos, so I need to make 2D stuff for Tortured Artist. So next stream actually will probably be a 2D stream. So get excited for that. Get excited. Alright, I think that's all we need to do for level 3. Um, for now. We're going to move on to level 2. So you're going to go into the void while I get that ready for us to look at. Hang on. I got to save everything so then we can use it later. Menu, text. There we go. Save. And then we're going to open a new thing. And that is the living room. Or no, the dining room. Alright. Isn't the next stream Balancing Spirit anyways? Those are usually 2D streams. Yeah, but the difference is that one is for one game and the other one's for a different game. I switched back, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. I was looking at the stream on my iPad and I was like, is it stream delay or did I actually not switch you guys back? Um bad boys on. Turn that on. Okay. Alright, so what we need to add to this one is, and I need to, so one of my other what's it called, team members made the spoon better, so I'll need to contact him about getting that. But we are gonna make different iterations for them, right? Um, but I will say next stream is actually not Balancing Spirits. Next stream is actually gonna be tomorrow, and it's gonna be unpacking. Yeah, so get excited for that. Get excited for that. Um, but no, so Balancing Spirits is 2D mostly. Or actually, I shouldn't say mostly. Literally, fully like 2D. But the big thing about it is that with those streams, it's it's mainly just about you know, the different games and like letting you guys learn more about the characters and animating. The Tortured Artist 2D streams are more so going to be about what's it called? Just doing like flat 2D with no animating. Let's see here. Got any tips for streaming? The times I've tried streaming while modeling, I kind of lock in, forget to talk, so no one sticks around. So I also had that problem, and what I just kind of tap into, especially if there's nobody in the chat to talk to, is I'll just start like talking about random stuff, like during the Halloween stream, because most people are kind of busy, and my main mod was playing a game. What I did was I just kind of I just kind of started talking about different Halloween things, just giving my opinion and all of that stuff. Hire a dedicated chatter. See, I didn't hire you, so you just kind of came to be. But it does. I will say it does help to have somebody who does support you in like just being in chat. But it's also like you just have to eventually feel out how you want your streams to go, because some people enjoy talking more and being more vibrant for a chat, and other free. Oh my gosh! Wait, is that how free interns happen? Wait, that's so. I love the idea of just interns just appear, and the company's just like, yeah, I don't know, they just appeared one day, and we didn't say no. Anyways, but no, you just have to figure out the vibe that you want. When it comes to your chat, also, because you may want a chat that is really chill and calm, just like you are. And if that's the case, then you're gonna get you're gonna get a different audience that doesn't chat as much, but they might still be there in the streams. I thought my music went out for a second. I couldn't hear it. Um, but yeah, it just depends on how you want to what you're looking for to be, what kind of streamer you want to be. I don't know. I don't know too much about streaming, because I've just started it myself. Really, my only like real knowledge of it is from watching like other streamers, and how they have done their stuff. Um, so that's my big thing that I'm going off of. Uh, so yeah. Oh, jump scare. But I will say the funny thing is that when it comes to like streaming, you know, it's it can be like just like the fact of like, oh, you know, I'm just hanging out with friends on stream. Because, in the early days of like a stream, you are probably going to know everybody that's in chat. But the day that you don't know everybody that's in chat, I think that's the day that you can confidently say, "Oh, I'm like a YouTuber right now." I think that's the day that you can confidently say that. Um, or at least like say like, "Oh, I'm like doing it like beyond what I thought I was, you know? That's how I feel about it. Or at least that's how I view it. And I think it's also just the thing of like it gives you the impression of, oh, people outside of like, the people who know me actually are able to see, and it kind of becomes real almost, because then it's like not just your inner circle, it's like more people are able to see what you are doing, and it makes it more real, because then you have the added factor of like, oh, I actually have like an audience, I actually have people who want to see things going on, you know and it's not just my friends who just like to put me on during homework. I have many friends that do that, um, and I love that they do that. But it is really funny because there is definitely a chatter um, that I don't think I know in real life. At least I don't think so. I could, but who knows? All right, so we got slight variation. You can kind of see. Uh, it's nothing too dramatic, but I think what I'm gonna do for like another like iteration of this to make it kind of interesting. Um, can confirm when I started getting comments on my YouTube channel from people I didn't recognize, it felt great. Yes, because it feels like it just feels like, oh, someone that's like I don't know recognizes that I'm doing things. Whoa, that's so cool. You know, I don't know, cause like also when you have like your friends, watching your YouTube and all that, it does kind of feel like it gives you the vibe of like, oh, I know this person who's watching me. So it's kind of like, it's like, oh, well, I know them. So it's cool. But when someone who doesn't know, you don't know, watches you, it's like, oh, you're choosing to watch me because you like my content, not because you know me personally. That's the big kicker. That's the thing that gets people. Hmm. I feel like that looks too similar. From my Insta, I'm more used to just working in the shadows until I post something that I think is good. So I really want to work on sharing the process and yapping with the peeps. Yeah, like, and I think like if you do stream like that, it'll help with that. It'll definitely help with like you learning to do that more. Because it is a like hard process to be able to hold a conversation while while doing things. Like right now, I don't know how I'm doing it. I'm just here. You know. Um. So yeah, it's it's interesting. Because also the other funny thing, right, is I'm holding this conversation. I'm talking to you guys. An hour or so from now, I'm not gonna remember what I said. I'm not gonna know. Anyways, so these are the variations we have. So we have color the same, but then shape is different. It's a little bit off. Something's a little bit not right. And then for here we have the shapes right, but the color's a little bit off. You know? So this is what I came up with. I think it works pretty well. Um Never hold a conversation during a boss fight. We learned that during the Hades stream. Yeah, yeah. When it comes to gaming, I think like when you're supposed to lock in for a segment, it's understandable that you're gonna not talk for a little bit. Um, just because if you do talk, there's the risk of losing progress. That's also why during like the dispatch streams, there's a certain section. There's like a few sections during like QuickTime events where I'm just locked in. I can't look at chat, and I just have to play. You know. Um, but I still tend to talk a little bit, but I just can't say anything to chat. Um, but yeah. All right. I think we're good. I think that's all we needed to do for for this. All right, chat. I hate to do this, but it is time to it's I think it's time to go. I think it's time to go. We've completed we did for the most part everything that I had on the docket to do today for the most part. The only big things are things that I need to grab external models for. Something during those I'd post messages saying stop looking at chat just in case. Yeah, it's funny because during the stream for dispatch, I looked over after, and I was like, it's like, oh, that's so funny, but I couldn't say anything because like it was mid like dramatic thing, and so I'm like I can't call this out because we're in dramatic time. We're in like, oh gosh, what's gonna happen? Anyways, thank you all for joining the stream. Um, we're gonna have unpacking for game analysis tomorrow, and we're also going to have balancing spirits on Sunday. Um, and yeah, and of course we have uh Omari. I think that's the right way to say it. I hope it is. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna have that on Monday, and I'm going to revise my schedule so that then this is the way that we're gonna be streaming now. So we're gonna just have a heavy like weekend for streams for the most part, as long as I have a game to analyze. And we're going to have our free play Monday, which is like gameplay Monday. Uh, yeah, and then we'll have the two development streams in between those. All right, but I will see you guys